statewide this year, even after ACS received at least 4 complaints related to the kids. The agency has faced increased scrutiny after the beating deaths of 2 young kids in recent months. President-elect Donald Trump has tapped his former campaign manager for a job in the West Wing.
The well-known, outspoken Kellyanne Conway, the ex-Donald Trump campaign manager who helped the president-elect pull off an upset victory, will follow him to the White House. Conway has been named counselor to the president, Trump calling her a trusted advisor and strategist who is a tireless and tenacious advocate for his agenda. Conway, the first woman to steer a winning presidential bid, says it's her goal to amplify Trump's message. Dennis Moten, ABC News, Washington.
And speaking of Trump, he's partially to blame for those low-flying military planes over Midtown last week. WOR's Sarah Lee Kessler says it was a drill designed to evacuate President-elect Donald Trump.
It was an emergency drill to figure out how and where a chopper could land near Trump Tower to move the president-elect and others to safety if needed. Retired Army Major Mike Lyon says it makes sense.
During 9/11, they weren't able to evacuate anybody from the rooftop. The first thing they're likely taking a look at is what's that possibility from Trump Tower.
But Police Commissioner James O'Neill said he was told about the drill involving 2 Black Hawk choppers and a C-130 plane at the last minute.
A YouTube star says he was kicked off a Delta flight from London to New York for speaking Arabic. Adam Saleh posted part of the video on Facebook.
Guys, we spoke a different language on the plane, and now we're getting kicked out.
That's insane.
Now we're getting kicked out. We're getting kicked out because we spoke a different language.
Delta says Saleh was disrupting the cabin with provocative behavior. Drivers who don't have Easy Pass will face a $25 fine if they use exit 125 southbound on the Garden State Parkway. That's because the Sayreville exit is under construction and there's not enough room to have all the necessary toll booths. NJ.com says cash-paying drivers can avoid the fine by going to the next exit. WR News Time 10:03, and now we check in with Carissa Abraham. She has a look at WR traffic.
Thanks, Jeff. You've got a clear ride across the board at the Hudson River Crossings. Alternate side parking is in effect today. The Newark Light Rail Broad Street extension still experiencing 15-minute delays because of switching problems at Newark Penn Station. The New Jersey Transit buses will cross on our light rail tickets. In New Jersey, Route 4 westbound still closed up near Route 17 in Paramus because of an overturned tractor trailer. In Queens, watch out for a crash across Elm Parkway southbound at Linden Boulevard exit 25B. We've also got a crash in Hempstead on the Southern State Parkway westbound at exit 20. On the New York State Thruway northbound at the Cross County Parkway exit 4 in Yonkers, an overturned vehicle blocks the right lane. Expect very heavy delays through that area. And 684 northbound south of exit 2 in Purchase, that's an accident in the shoulder. This report is brought to you by TrueCar. Using TrueCar, you can easily find the car you want. TrueCar users save an average of over $3,000 off MSRP. When you're ready to buy a new or used car, visit TrueCar to enjoy a more confident car buying experience. That's WOR Traffic.
And the news brought to you by Flemington Furs. Visit FlemingtonFurs.com. The forecast coming up.
New Yorkers living in rent-regulated apartments may be able to freeze their rent if your rent stabilized. Lease renewal begins by September 30th, 2017. Great news. The Rent Guidelines Board voted a 0% increase for 1-year lease renewals, 2% increase for 2-year renewals. And if you're 62 years and older or with a disability and earn $50,000 or less, you may be eligible for NYC Rent Freeze program, an even longer freeze. Call 311 to find out, 711 for relay service, or visit nyc.gov/freeze your rent.
NJ Diet is taking weight loss and wellness to the next level by utilizing DNA testing. NJ Diet first uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to customize natural formulas to shed a guaranteed 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days. NJ Diet then utilizes DNA testing to determine your ideal diet plan, workouts, eating behaviors, specific needs for essential vitamins, and evaluate key genetic metabolic factors to make sure you keep the weight off and stay healthy. NJ Diet is all natural and doctor supervised. Multiple locations in New Jersey and New York. Call today, 8555-NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com.
Here's the WOR Weather Channel forecast. We will see some sunshine break out here this afternoon. Temperatures remaining steady in the mid-40s. A clear sky tonight, low 34. Sunshine for tomorrow with a high 45. And a good chance to get wet on Saturday with 45 the high. Christmas Day, sunny skies in the forecast, high 47. Cloudy this hour, 45 here at WOR. And at Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 21 points, the NASDAQ is off 7, and the S&P 500 has thus far given up 4 points. This portion of the news is brought to you by the Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer. Still taking your child's temperature the same way it was done decades ago? Well, pick up the Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer at Target or other fine retailers today. I'm Jeff McKinney on the News 710 WOR, an NBC News radio station. The time now is 10:06.
Now on 710 WOR, filling in for Mr. New York, Mark Simone, here's Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino.
What a time, what a time. Yeah, everyone's dancing to this, right? In your car, you're shimmying a little bit. Oh, it's good to be here. Mark Simone, give me a little chance to get behind the mic, and I tell you, I love coming into the city for Christmas. I try to do all my shopping in Westchester, because we need the sales tax. But I love coming into the city at this time of year. It's such a great time. And I used to work in the city before I became county executive. When I got elected in 2009, I used to work in radio and TV. And so it was such a wonderful time of the year to walk around Rockefeller Center, except for all the tourists. I guess they're good, too. But it's such a magical city. It really is. And as I start to think about Christmas, which, you know, we've been doing for, what, 4 or 5 weeks now since Thanksgiving, it starts to get crazy, right? You know this feeling. It's getting a little crazy because Christmas is in a couple of days. And Hanukkah, this is weird. I got to look this up. I was talking to some observant Jews about this, and they weren't even sure. The whole thing with the calendar and all this stuff. But Hanukkah and Christmas are starting at the same time, which is very, very unusual. So everyone's dealing with this, even though Hanukkah is not considered a really big holiday in the Jewish faith. But Christmas is. Christmas is a big Christian holiday. And it's become less of a holiday religious-wise and more of a social thing, right? That's what we're dealing with now. It's all about who's getting what for Christmas, and you got to get ready, and everyone's getting out of their minds with the Christmas parties, and we can't say Christmas again, right? Because Trump got elected? Nah, come on, stop that. But my wife sat me down the other day, 2 nights ago, and said, I'm stressed out with Christmas. I'm like, what? Because I wish it all could be like Thanksgiving. No gifts, no worries. Everyone gets together, you make something, you eat, and you just kind of relax. There's no expectations. Christmas has really become crazy. If you're a parent, and I'll warn you throughout the show, because we might talk about Santa a little bit, if you're a parent, you're dealing with shopping, and it's just getting out of control. And it's really becoming all-consuming. And every year I do this to myself. Right after Thanksgiving, I say, I'm going to get the gifts I got to get. Just get it over with. And I don't know about you, but, you know, more and more people are buying things online now, right? It's easy. You go online at any time of the day or night. You find what you want. You click it. You put it in the little shopping cart, virtual shopping cart. You put your credit card in, and, you know, a day or two later, there's the FedEx guy. Kind of easy. But I'm kind of the old school. I like to go shopping. I like to go in the mall to just touch, feel, see. I don't know. That's just still who I am. I don't know if you're different. But it does become annoying because it gets more and more crowded the closer you get to Christmas. In Macy's. It wasn't the Macy's in New York City. It wasn't even the Macy's in this area. But a couple weekends ago, went to Macy's and had that typical experience, right? I'm trying to shop for my wife. And she's not listening, so I can kind of reveal what I got her, or one of the things I got her. And you go into Macy's, and it's like this in any department store. And the guys, if you've been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the worst experience. You go in, and you don't know what the heck you're going to get. But if you're shopping for perfume, you got to deal with all the samples. You got to smell each one. And after a while, it just gets to be one giant smell. You can't even differentiate, except for the real bad one that comes along the way. But they're all, you know, kind of similar. And then you get these ladies who are there part-time. Most of them are retirees. And it gets to be like slow motion. Try this one. sniff it, and then they go through all the brands. You walk 10 feet, try this one. They smell it, and then they bring out the little coffee beans. Have you seen this? Have you done this yet? You're supposed to sniff the coffee beans, which is supposed to clear your nostrils, so you can go on to the next scent. After a while, you just give in. Like, get me anything. I don't care. Give me the receipt. She'll smell it. She'll like it or not. And we'll just deal with it on Christmas morning. I just want to get this over with. And that's what it's becoming. I hate to say it. And my wife sat down the other day, and she's getting all stressed out. Because we have 3 kids. We've got a 13-year-old boy, an 11-year-old girl, and a 7-year-old girl. And you can imagine, for the 7-year-old girl, she's in 2nd grade, it's still very magical. You know what I'm talking about. For the 11 and the 13-year-old, it's all about iPhones, Xbox, all that kind of stuff. You know, the holiday takes a little different meaning as you get older. And I'll talk to you about our elf on the shelf a little later on. But if you've got elf on the shelf, you're probably going crazy too, right? You wake up at 1 in the morning and remember that you didn't do something. And you gotta sneak downstairs. The whole shopping experience is just driving me crazy. It's to the point where you can't wait for the 26th. Which of course then means you gotta go back and start returning gifts. So the whole thing is getting crazy. My wife sat down the other day, and she goes, I'm totally stressed out. I can't wait for this to come and go. And she goes, and I want to brace you for something. And I want to do it Christmas Eve. Now, Christmas Eve,